my makeshift do-rag. Please judge me later, okay? We are in the tropics. That I'm the only one that makes me feel that way. Amagwini and happy solstice, you gorgeous hoes and hermits. I am getting ready for my dream divination class, which is happening today. And I figured that while I get ready, we can hang out a little bit and catch up on some of the things that have been going on, some of the things that I've been thinking about in the past week or so. Where, Iplingane, tell me what to do. Somehow you just pull me in. Okay, so I've got my brushes, I've got my moisturizers, I've got all my beauty blenders. I am good to go. So if you're unable to make the dream divination class today, you will be able to purchase it from my website when it is up. The website is not up yet, but my blog is up. You can check it out on nokumira.com. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment. Be a person, man. You see another girly out here trying. It doesn't hurt your ankle for you to just leave a comment. It's free, quite literally. So let me know what you think, and I'll be posting more articles when I find time really soon. Hey, sippies, baggies, sippies. I got sippies. So first things first, I have already washed and prepped my skin. I made a whole video where I reviewed the products and the gadgets that I use. You can find that video in the caption. You can also check it out on my YouTube channel. I haven't done a story time in a while, purely because I just haven't found the time. So if you miss me that badly, you can go and check out the story time playlist on my YouTube. It's organized there for you in chronological order. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. I always have to beg you for things that should come naturally. Imagine you were an aspiring content creator and you were putting out content, you were being consistent with it, and people are just looking at it and moving past. It wouldn't be a great feeling. Go and behave the same way you would want someone to behave towards you, okay? Don't be a sourpuss, please. I have, however, stopped at the serum stage, and then I've added these hydrating eye patches to my under eyes because I am going to be going in with concealer, and this is the driest area of my face. What I love about these eye patches is they are adjustable, right? So once you've used them, they don't like completely dehydrate like most of the others do, and then once you take them off, it's like a sticker that can't get back on your face. You can move them around, and I'm going to show you a little bit later. I like to use them for my eyeliner just to get a nice clean line. I consider myself a beginner makeup girly. I've been doing my eyeliner and eyebrows since high school, but in terms of foundation and things like that, I never really had the opportunity to get into it the way that I would like. So while I am being a beginner, let's be beginners together, right? The only way you get good at something is by practicing. A lot of the times, honestly, I like to think it's just a fluke when I really get the makeup right. For me, I find that if I'm in a place that has really great lighting, then I'm able to achieve the look that I'm going for. For example, I struggled quite a lot with contour. I eventually got there. But the one thing that has helped me, and maybe might help you, is it doesn't have to be perfect. It really doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be the way that you would like it to be. And then you'll just work on it. You'll keep practicing until you get to where you need to be. So the first thing that I'm going to do is my eyebrows. Tell me it's the tism with the saying it's the tism. Tell me it's the OCD with the saying it's the OCD. I am addicted to beauty store 10 rand, which is $1 eye pencils. Okay, the whole brow gel movement did not put a move on my heart, honey. This is my comfort cosmetic. I brought this with me from South Africa. I've been using the same as one. No, wait, I'm lying. No, I'm lying. I bought this from Pennywise. Okay, so it's time for me to re-up, but I specifically went to Pennywise and looked for the cheap pencils. For me, this is what works for me. This is what I love. It's what I enjoy. Maybe one day I'll try the brow gels, but for now, this is where we are. And honey, I'm going to use it until I can no longer use it. Please. Yeah, we're not here to put on false pretenses. It is what it is. Also, the economy is so rough. You're telling me I must throw this away? No. Dude, fuck that! No, thank you. I'm going to keep it. Let me grab my mirror. My cute pink mirror. It has an LED light in it, but I haven't charged it in a while. So I like to shape my brows, you know, pretty often, usually about once a week. Because of years of practice, like I mentioned, I've been doing my brows since high school. I know which shape best suits my face, and this right here is it. I can actually get away with going outside like this if I brush my brows and laminate them properly with some edge control. I mean, my face is framed. Come on. What more do you want from me?
What more do you want from me?
I just add a little bit of concealer to highlight underneath and I'm good to go. So I already have a pretty decent outline, and today I want to make them a little bit thick. So let me start doing that. The first update that I have for you guys is my own personal dramas. Lord have mercy. There is a neighbor in this building who, it's like every other weekend, I don't know if it's hookers that this man is inviting over to the house, but there's just always some crazy commotion going on over there. 2 or 3 weeks ago, I went over there and I confronted him. When he opened the door, he was in there with another gent and a young lady. And I was asking, like, what's going on? No, actually, I'm lying. I didn't ask shit. I was wilding when I was there. I was already crashing up. I was like, y'all need to get your shit together. I was very upset because I was trying to sleep. So as I'm there, I'm telling them to get their shit together. This young hun is like, she'll get her shit together once they give her her phone. So apparently they had her phone and she was busy throwing things around, which was causing a disturbance to me and I guess the rest of the neighbors. So I said to them, look, I don't have time for your shenanigans. The next time I have to come around here, I'm going to call the police, straight up. And what is shocking to me is that this is a regular occurrence, yet nobody in the building does anything about it. We have a very similar culture in South Africa as well, but I like to think over here it's especially bad. You are hearing someone in distress, their life could be in danger, and you're just carrying on with your business. Y'all remember the hun that I was telling you was beating on her man? Yeah, it took a whole me, a foreign national, going over there and saying, hey, stop this, man. Act like you have some sense. After that, she threw all his clothes out into the front yard of the building. Everybody was laughing about it in the building group chats. And I think the shame from that then led to them somehow fixing their shit. I hope for the love of God that they broke up, because that relationship is not healthy for anyone. I'm on the outside looking in. But I'm on the outside. But it doesn't look great from where I was. And I say all this to say, even in that situation, nobody did anything. Nobody said anything. Please, guys, can we start being the change that we want to see in the world? You can't be hearing people in distress and not doing anything. Again, imagine if it was you. If you don't have empathy or love for yourself, imagine if it was your sister, it was your brother, your mom, your dad, your child. Are you just going to sit there and not do anything? We are all connected. We are all related. Sympathy and empathy for one another, please, and act like we have some sense. Also, neurotypicals, I thought y'all were supposed to be the intelligent, normal, healthy ones. But you are the most complacent. It's always us, the neurodivergent people, who are fighting for social and other justice. Gosiam. Anyway, so yesterday, my husband jumped up. Actually, I was deep in sleep yesterday. I was very tired. So my husband jumps up and he goes over there to investigate what's going on, and they refuse to open the door. So I went with him just to see if I could hear anything going on, and I could actually hear the young lady in distress. This time around, unlike the other time, it didn't sound like she was like throwing things around. It sounded like she was being assaulted. So I first called the medical services because I didn't know the police emergency number off by heart. They transferred me to the police station and nobody picked up. Nobody picked up. Yes, it was a holiday. It was the second part, I believe, of Corpus Christi. That's another very weird, very strange thing to celebrate also.
Brother,
The corpse of Christ. That's crazy. But when we celebrate Dia de los Muertos, y'all want to have a problem about it. We're not even celebrating corpses. We're celebrating the memory of our loved ones who once lived.
I have them here to try with my bookie. I have both the Blanco and the Resposado. I also got her some flowers. Okay, went to QT, got some ice, and then I'm these little shot glasses because, bitch, warm tequila's crazy. And then I got DP as a chaser, literally her favorite fucking soda. Sorry, Dr. Pepper low-key tastes like medicine. What the fuck? Don't piss me off. Arriba, para abajo, para mi culo, para mis chichis, y para la boca. Oh, I'm actually scared.
Anyway, so nobody picked up. And then eventually I went on Google search and I searched for the local police station number. I got through. The person who picked up was so disinterested in what I had to say. When I told him where I was, he then said he's going to patch me through to the relevant police station. Did that, got through to the constable at the... Gosiami, I'll put the name up here. I forgot what it's called. And he was like, okay, he's going to send someone over here. Which he did, God bless. However, the person who was sent out by the constable, when they got here, they call me and they tell me, listen, so I'm gonna come there and check out what's going on. However, I need you to know that if they don't open the door, there's nothing that I can do. I was like, okay, that's understandable. However, is it not your job to protect and serve? Someone's life is in danger. I'm telling you straight up, someone's life is in danger. I'm not guessing. This is something that is a common occurrence. And once I said that, as is commonplace in Trinidad, he started raising his voice at me. Hey, abantu balana, that deserves a whole post on its own. But iyezale. And I said to him, but why are you raising your voice at me? I am a member of the community. I'm letting you know something's wrong. I did not disrespect you. I'm not trying to waste your time. So he was busy having a fit there. So I just gave the phone to my husband. I don't have time for such nonsense. Whether it's a family member, whether it's a friend, whether it's a stranger, once you disrespect me for no reason, I have nothing for you. Nothing at all. So they show up. My husband goes to let them in at the gate. Lo and behold, the situation is exactly as I reported it. There is somebody who needs help. Apparently, this young lady was bleeding. I didn't go there to see. I was just very dejected and disappointed in how things were handled. So I was like, you know what, let me let them handle their job. So I haven't followed up on what had happened, but it's very scary to me that this could have escalated. This could have gotten so much worse because nobody did or said anything. And I hope that nigga is in jail. Nigga. That nigga from the jump was bad vibes. You guys need to know, if you are greeting someone and they go out of their way to show you, hey, fuck you, I don't have time for you, that person is a bad vibe. Please don't go out of your way to then try and be nice and decent to that person. As a matter of fact, when we went over there the first time, he tried to completely ignore me and dap up my husband, and I had to push his hand and say, don't you fucking touch my husband. I am talking to you. You're not going to dismiss me. Yeah? Yeah. You'll need to stand up to people like that. That is an adult bully, and that shit is unacceptable. It's disgusting behavior. I needed to stop. So this is a concealer slash blush palette that I got off of Shein. I know it's a dupe of some other brand. I think it's Forever something or other. Quite honestly, I love it to bits and pieces. As you can see, I use it pretty regularly. I'm not crazy about the consistency of the blush. I find that when I use the Baby Pore primer from Maybelline, it struggles to stick on because that primer is a silicone-based primer. So the blush wants a water-based primer, which is the one that I'm going to be using today. I'll show you. It's also a dupe of the e.l.f. Y'all know what it's called, but the green one, uzoibon. But the concealer though, absolutely love. It has these 3 light shades here. I like to mix the middle and lightest shade for my brow area. And while I do that, let's move on from the apartment drama and let's chat about the VPN that I promised you. Oh my gosh. I had promised you guys a discount on a VPN. And unfortunately, when I reached out to them, the name of the brand is Windscribe. They were just not interested in what I was pitching to them, honey. I sent them the screenshots. I showed them all the messages and requests from you guys and pitched a campaign to them. I know they've been having money problems as well. Apparently, their CEO was in a legal battle. And I'm like, y'all really don't want this money? So I guess they really didn't want the money, Sanalwami. They were not interested. However, I do find them quite reasonably priced. You can go and check them out. I've been using their VPN for about 2 months now, and it's really, really good. I find that it is also really good for the YouTube algorithm. I'm getting a lot more channel recommendations from the US, and it's content that I otherwise would not have had access to if I was in South Africa or anywhere else. So for those of you who have been asking, VPN stands for Virtual Private Network. And what this means is that the VPN itself, the way that the network is set up on the server, allows for your device to behave as though it were in a specific region. So for example, as I mentioned, I am connected to the Miami network or the Miami server. And so therefore, I would then get all of the shows and all of the services that are specifically targeted to people in that area. What this means is that when you're in South Africa, for example, and you log into your Netflix or your Disney Plus, you would then be able to see the shows that are not shown on the South African server. I hope that that makes sense. I'm going to put the price of it up here. I haven't had any problems with them. Unlike Schmord VPN, oh, please don't waste your money on that. Don't waste your money on that. And Smurfshark, don't waste your money on that. You're going to pay crazy money and you're going to get a shitty service. So I do recommend Windscribe. They are not sponsoring this. They're not interested in sponsoring this. Maybe when they realize the potential that they have, they'll come around and work with a dope creator like me. And their products can get more exposure and more traction. I'm gonna blend this out now. I haven't sprayed the concealer under my eye. I haven't sprayed the beauty blender either. For my brow, I prefer to just let it dry a little bit and then blend it out because I want that brow area to be highlighted. I need that brow to pop. That's what I love about this concealer palette as well, is They are cream concealers, but they are quite hydrating and they are quite easy to manage with a brush or a beauty blender. And then I'm not gonna have time to do an eyeshadow look today, so I've just added a little bit more of the concealer, the middle shade, onto the actual eyelid, and I'm just going to blend that out. I love to take my time with makeup, so if I know I don't have enough time, I just don't risk it, period. Okay, so I want to now do my eyeliner. I'm going to lift up the eye patch. As you can see here, it is doing the Lord's work, and I'm going to just place it where I want it to be. I don't want too much of a thick line, but I do want quite a dark liner look today. That should do it. Yeah, and then I just do the same thing on the other side. As you can see, it's not cracking, it's not breaking, it's not doing any of the things. And one thing that I learned, I think it was from Baby Syrian, shout out to her, I love her channel so much, is your eyebrows are sisters, they're not twins. Your eyeliner, they need to be sisters, they don't have to be twins, okay? You're not a professional makeup artist, it's okay, it's fine. You will perfect your craft, your skill as you go. I'm using a gel eyeliner today together with an angled brush. I will not be naming the brand. I find them to be rather racist, and so no money for them. No. I was tagged by one of my followers, shout out to the girlie, on a post that had an update on the Cwecwe case. And I was starting to get rather concerned because nothing was being said and it seemed nothing was being done about it. It's actually pretty shocking how quiet our whole president has been about this. This is a young girl who was violated, and now the powers that be are trying to convince us that nothing happened. I am going to share my own speculations. I firmly believe that that child was molested within the home during that event that was spoken about, and most likely prior to that as well. I'm not sure what the story is with the school, but a lot of things regarding that case just do not make sense. I need to understand why everything is now happening in so much secrecy when literally the entire country rallied behind Cwecwe to get justice for her, and we were just ignored. Mr. President, this is how you feel about the young women in the country. You don't care because you don't say anything. This is a matter of national interest, a matter of importance. The whole world was watching this, and you said nothing. You did nothing. But you were very quick to dash and go and have chats with other dictators, bullies in other countries. Sir, it's not a good look right now. It's not going to boost our trust and confidence in you at all, which was already walking on a tightrope as it was. National Prosecuting Authority, what are you up to? What do you guys mean there wasn't enough DNA to be collected? So I don't want to work off of speculation. I'm going to take some time to actually go and update myself and read up on what had happened. But as it stands, I am shocked at the level of disinterest from the president, the level of disinterest from the government, the level of disinterest from the South African Police Service, and the level of disinterest from the National Prosecuting Authority. You all should be ashamed of yourselves. Shame on you. You are getting paid crazy money and you are not even doing your jobs. You are failing to serve and protect. You are failing dismally. Time is moving and I'm still only at the eyeliner. I feel like I might have to do the eyeliner offline and come back to start with the actual makeup itself in a little bit. I'm gonna be right back. Okay, so eyeliner is done, and I do have sensitive eyes, so they will get red after I do anything in the area. I want to go in with the mascara before the eyeliner dries all the way down, because it does tend to make my eyelashes clump together. It's already started actually, so now I have to brush them apart. Ooh, as I try not to blind myself with the mascara. Let me know what you girlies use to soften your gel eyeliner. I've seen you guys spraying things into them. I tried to spray my setting spray in there, and it's so waterproof that the setting spray just clumped up on the surface and nothing happened. It didn't soften or anything like that. So please hook me up. Let me know what it is that y'all be using to soften your gel liners. I need to know, honey, because ooh, my eyelashes are all clamped up here. But it's fine. It's gonna serve more of a goth look. That's okay. I would have just liked to have my eyelashes to work with. Like, honestly. So let's move on. I want to talk about when we are actually going to get the land back. Gen Z, Gen Alpha, I'm looking at you. Yeah, boo, I'm looking at you. I've been seeing some posts, and anytime one of the members of the minority comments, you can see how cocky and confident they are in the fact that you all are never going to do anything about it. They even have the audacity to ask what you guys are going to do with the land that you're going to get back from them. Kosiam.
White people here love that question. What are you going to do with the land? Like a parent scolding a child for asking for their own toy back. It's rude, honestly. Nobody is standing in Europe asking them, hey, what are you doing with the potato fields you ran away from because your kings were useless and your winters were cruel? Here you sit on African soil wagging your finger like you invented farming. I get tired hearing that question. It's like a broken record scratching out the same insecurity over and over. It's none of your business what I do with the land. I might build a house, maybe two, maybe a she bean, maybe a soccer field, maybe just sit under a tree and watch goats eat all day. That's freedom. That's the point. You didn't ask my great-grandparents what they were doing with the land before you grabbed it. You didn't care if they were grazing cattle or praying to ancestors or burying the umbilical cord under the front yard. Now suddenly, you are the world's supervisor for responsible land usage. Miss me with that nonsense.
They don't think that you deserve it. They don't think that you're worthy of it. Okay, I will set this concealer when I'm done. Let me just put more Vaseline on my lips. That's all that I'm using on my lips lately. I honestly miss my bliss sticks, but I haven't been able to find it on Amazon, so I'm gonna have to wait until I get home. None of you has sent me any care packages. The only care packages I have received have been from Hawaii. Thank you for looking out, baby girl. Finesse, finesse. I want dramatic lashes today. Dramatic as fuck. Because I'm not doing any falsies. I haven't done falsies in a while. I ran out of glue. I brought my glue from South Africa. It's so good that some of the girlies that I hung out with when I was here actually stole it from me. I had to go and retrieve it. And now it has run out and I cannot find anything that is as good. I'll have a look to see if I can get the duo lash glue. I think the glue that I had was the dupe of the duo lash glue. You guys know that I have the initiative that I'm doing where I'm helping you guys to trace your ancestry in hopes that you would understand where you come from and then start working towards getting your land back. Thank you so much to everyone who has trusted me so far. It's going so well. So well. Remember that the colonizers were really good at keeping records, as racist as they were. So there are quite a number of records that I am finding with regards to our own ancestors, us the natives, as they used to call us. And it's a very interesting process. You get to see where your people used to live. You get to see the land that your people are entitled to, and you can start making moves towards it. For as long as we're just sitting online and chatting about it, nothing is going to change. They're not taking it seriously because they know we're not going to do anything. It's not going to change. The land reform initiative is a scam. Any initiative by the government is a scam. Entrepreneur boosting activities is a scam. I told you about the National Youth Development Agency. I told you about the Operation Vula Fund run by the Economic Development and Tourism Department of KZN. I don't know about nationally, but in KZN, they straight up spent the money with no shame in their game. Billions of rands that were meant to uplift the community, spent by them, their homies, and their family, and not put towards the community as it is supposed to be done. So it is up to us to then make sure that we get this done, right? It is up to us to support each other as Black businesses, as young entrepreneurs. I was talking to, go and follow, one of my favorite content creators. I found out you guys are paying 2,300 rand for permits from the municipality. No ways. I've hacked into their server before. We can do it again. You can get permits for free. There's no reason for them to charge you. That's a big scam. That shit should be free. You are an informal trader. You don't have money. You are youth. You don't have a job. You don't have money. You shouldn't have to pay for those things. It's ridiculous that they're making you guys pay. I needed to change. This is the primer that is a dupe. Misslyn is quite a nice brand. I've got a few products from them. It's a dupe for that e.l.f. hydrating primer that you guys love so much. I'm gonna go in with that on my cheeks and on my forehead. Your primer also works as a moisturizer, but it works way better if you are putting it on skin that is already hydrated. I am running out of time, so I didn't even put on my cream moisturizer. Let's see if the serum is going to do what it needs to do for the girly to look good. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to finish this makeup look today. Too many chats, too much has happened, too much on my mind. I'm getting ready to confront this lady. Hold on. Okay, so I think she started clocking me because Njalo, as soon as my door opens, she dashes inside. But I want to go and confront that lady. It's very shameful for you guys to be speaking to your children in that manner. Those people are smaller than you. So I want to challenge her to rather come and fight with me. I'm tired of it, honestly. I'm praying, it's her. I'm working, it's her. I'm studying, it's her. I'm trying to relax, it's her. I'm trying to film content, it's her. Honey, the whole neighborhood doesn't need to know that you're frustrated with your kids. That just really makes you look like a weak bitch. Honestly, you have to get your anger out. You have to get your shits and giggles out by beating on people smaller than you, screaming at people smaller than you. No, please, guys, we need to change that. Please, go for your therapy, go for your counseling. You're not going to fix it by scrolling on TikTok. You're not going to fix it by reading workbooks that you don't even actively participate in. You have to do the work. You have to identify what the root cause of your anger is. Anger is a secondary emotion. For those of you who don't know, yes, it occurs as a result of something else that is already wrong, that needs to be addressed. So you need to figure out what that thing is, and then you need to find a way to recognize your triggers. What is it that triggers this anger to come out of you? And then work to put stops in place to ensure that that doesn't happen. And if it does happen, put measures in place to ensure that you can cope with it. How? Sis. I just want to set this concealer on my eyelids. Now that we're done, I'm happy with my eyeliner and how it turned out. When you set it with the powder, it's going to ensure that it doesn't crease. That should do it. So I am going in with foundation. I'm using the MAC Studio Fix Fluid in NC47. It's not exactly my shade. It's more like my winter shade for when I'm super pale. I need to re-up on this. I'm just going to go in with it delicately all over the face after allowing the primer to dry, right? You don't want to go in immediately with your foundation before allowing your primer to dry down. Ideally, I should be using a brush, but I don't have that much products to work with. So I'm just warming it up a little bit on my hand, and then I'm going to apply it on my face using my finger, my cheek areas, my chin. I mostly want it on the forehead area. And then I'm gonna be going in mostly with concealer in the center of my face, so I don't need too much foundation there. Letting it dry down a little bit, and then in the meantime, let me quickly wet my beauty sponge. Okay, so I wet the beauty sponge, I wring it out thoroughly, and then I also use some tissue paper to pull out even more of the moisture. And then I'm just going to blend the foundation all over my face. I just want to make sure that I have an even layer, and as you can see, it's not even that much foundation. I'm not really going anywhere today except maybe to go and get something to eat later. And also, I am in the Caribbean, in the tropics. I never ever really need full coverage makeup unless you know it's a special occasion or something like that. So I just want it to even out my skin tone, which is already pretty gorgeous because I take good care of my skin. My makeshift do-rag. Just want to make sure that I get as close as I can above my eyebrows. I don't have a lot of time to blend it out today, but I definitely want to make sure that I have a good foundation for my concealer to lay on. Oh, Mac, honey, the girl that you are is a girl that I love. Honestly, I don't see myself ever using any other foundation. The only other foundation I've ever used was Almay, and it was pretty decent. I just feel like it probably wasn't my shade at the time, but I swear by MAC. I swear by MAC, especially for the type of skin that I have, it's absolutely perfect. And then I just want to have a look to see that I don't have any unblended patches. I used to have, oh, she's not even a friend. There's this girl that I knew from college that I then stayed with when I was starting my spiritual journey in Cape Town. She was such a hater. I would always attempt to apply makeup. She couldn't even do her own makeup. She couldn't even do her own hair. But she always managed to find a way to bully me about it. She would laugh at me with her gay friends, talking about, and she doesn't even know how to blend her makeup. Oh my God, when she deep conditions her hair, she covers it with a plastic bag. Honey, because we are both broke at that time. You can't afford plastic wrap, I can't afford plastic wrap, so you use a plastic bag. Be careful of people like that, right? People who knock you down when you're just doing your best, especially when you're trying to bring them along. Those are not your people. Those are not your people. Anytime men would come over to her apartment, the performance she would put on, so male-centered, it's disgusting. Meanwhile, she's busy claiming she's battling bipolar and what. No, honey, you just have an eating disorder. You don't love yourself and you're an asshole. Please, even if you do have a mental illness, your mental illness is not an excuse. It's not a reason for you to be an asshole. To make sure that the eyeliner doesn't clump up my very gorgeous angled brush, I spray some micellar water on a, it's not a cotton swab, is it a cotton swab? But these are like those pads that we use for nails and things, and then I just wipe the brush off immediately. I am not a fan of having to wash my brushes in bulk, so I prefer to maintain them individually immediately after using them. Oh, it's already starting to clamp up, Allah. So let me give this a little bit of attention. I don't have a contouring stick and I don't want to use the contour palette today, so I'm going in with the Essence Pretty Natural Hydrating Foundation in a dark shade. These were on special at Clicks before I left South Africa, so I figured why not. And then when it comes to contouring, the trick that I like to use is to follow your natural cheekbone line, right? I have chubby cheeks, I have a round face, so I will then shape it according to the shape I also want to achieve. So I start just on the cheekbone itself, and then I like to bring it down to close to my chin area, like that. I don't want a chiseled jaw. And then the foundation does dry pretty quickly, so I want to start blending this out before going into contour my nose and my forehead. Same procedure on the sponge. I wet it and then I dry it with some tissue paper, and then I'm blending downwards, right? I want to create this shadow here underneath. And then don't worry too much about the harsh lines for now. We're going to blend those out with the concealer and more of the foundation if needed. And I use the flat side of my sponge. I don't know if that's the right way, but I find that that's the way that works for me, just to get the type of precision that I want. See, I've already sort of smudged it there, which I did not want to do. It's because I'm busy chatting. And then I do want the contour to be visible, so I don't blend it out too much. It's still gonna go under some blush and under more concealer, so I'm not too worried about it for now. I just want to make sure that the lines are not too harsh and that it is the consistency or level of visibility that I want it to be. So I'm not going to be able to chat about everything that I wanted to discuss today. I think I want to end off with this topic that is very important, very near and dear to me. I need you guys to understand that life is extremely short. Youngins, you're not going to be in your 20s forever. You're not going to be a teenager forever. You're going to blink. And the next thing you know, you're going to be 30-something. You're going to be having an existential crisis.
Jerry?
Jerry?
Jerry, what's
Someone stole my car. What? Didn't I tell you?
Jerry, what's going
On. Someone stole your car? You say the same thing? What? Jerry? I think I'm high! Oh, good Lord, Jerry. I don't know where I am!
Guarantee it. We all go through it. Please don't let anyone shame you, make you think you're crazy or you're weird. All of us go through it. And so I need you to start embracing who you are. Nobody ever actually tells you how to do that. The easiest way for you to do that is to understand who you are, first of all, right? What do you like? What are you into? What makes you tick? What pisses you off? Who are the type of people you like hanging around? What are your boundaries? What are your triggers? What do you enjoy doing? Where do you enjoy going? And things like that. Your likes and dislikes is part of the process. It's not the entire process, right? I need us all to understand that part. And when you then understand yourself well as a person, what that is going to do is it's going to allow you to show up in the world authentically. And when we say authentically, it means that you're showing up as who you actually are. And look, don't get it twisted. I know this world is holistic and neurotypical, We all wear masks and we have to put on personas. We have to change our hats depending on the situations that we're in. I get that part. What I mean to say is when you are in the environments and you are around the people that allow for you to be free, you want to show up as who you actually are, because that's how you are going to attract people who vibrate on your own frequency. If you are pretending to be a serious person the whole time, knowing full well that you actually want to be whimsical, you're going to attract other people who are pretending to be serious. You're not going to attract whimsical people. Whimsical people are generally attracted to other whimsical people. And then added to that, I want you to start being able to discern. Everybody always talks about the discerning, but nobody actually talks about what it might look like practically. When you are discerning with regards to people, you need to watch people, right? You need to stop listening to them and you need to watch them when they come into your life. Almost always, people will show up as the best representation of themselves. Please, it's not the best version of themselves. It's the best representation, right? It's their sales representative that you're meeting. So you even just want to watch how they present that part of themselves. How do they behave? How do they act? Are they trying to convince you too much? Are they doing too much? Are they trying too hard? You will know. It will be chaotic. It will be confusing. You need to understand that that is not normal, right? For those of you who want to be on the higher grade level of understanding people and just basic human behavior, social behavior, traumatized people are going to approach you the same way that the person who traumatized them approached them. So if their abuser or the person who traumatized them love bombed them, they're going to do the same with you. Almost always off the bat, people actually show you who they are, but they try to hide it. And in between those lines where they're trying to hide it is where you're going to find who they really are. So you need to put out an authentic frequency. You need to resonate on that frequency in order to attract your tribe. Otherwise, you are going to attract people who are trifling. Also, please be careful. A lot of people love to pretend, right? When they see that you have something that they want or that they need, they are gonna want to come to you. You will be able to tell that these people aren't genuine by what? Chaos and confusion. If the chat is not making sense, move away, step back. These people love to create confusion in order to distract you from who and what they actually are.
So that's a Kansas City shuffle? No. It's just the inciting incident. The catalyst. This is a Kansas City shuffle. They look right. And you go left.
Because if you're coming at me authentically, the conversation is going to flow. You give me a little bit, I give you a little bit. You tell me what you don't like, I tell you what I don't like. And so we dance around each other and it's natural and it's great. Once you feel like, I don't understand why this person's not replying, I don't understand why this person is replying like this, it's almost always intentional. Some people are just wired like that. That's just how they operate. That's just how they move. You need to be very careful of people like that. And then also, while we're here, on the other end of the spectrum, when you are pretending to be someone and something that you are actually not, you are going to attract, like I said, people who are also pretending to be someone and something that they are not. And those people are always going to take you out of balance. That's another way you can discern that you're dealing with the wrong type of person, right? You're hanging out with these people and you're always tired after hanging out with these people. Those are not your people, please. You're hanging out with these people and you're constantly on guard. You're constantly having to explain yourself, right? You know you're a lover girl. You know you're someone who likes to be praised and appreciated, and you're not getting that. That's not where you're supposed to be. I had a status up and I was saying, please stop forcing matters, stop stressing me out, right? A lot of us, we like to make friends just for the sake of having friends. If that's what you want for your life, then by all means, please go ahead, be great and flourish. But if you want to have the best experience on the very short amount of time that you have in this planet, I would strongly advise you to start finding your tribe. Start finding the people who recognize who you are. They're not afraid to tell you that you're beautiful. They're not afraid to tell you that they dig your style, they dig your energy. Ooh, also though, while we're here, be very careful of people who say, I love your energy, right? You need to check the context there, because energy vampires, oh, Sana, the first thing that they come for is your energy.
My name is Colin Robinson, and I am what's known as a psychic vampire, or energy vampire. This is my office, also known as the hunting ground.
Hi, Deb.
Energy vampires drain people's energy merely by talking to them. We either bore you with a long conversation.
Feeling better now. I was a little sick this weekend. Hey, Don. Don. I have to pee, too.
Or
Hey.
we enrage you. In fact, you probably know an energy vampire. We're the most common kind of vampire. We are daywalkers, not affected by the sun. And we are the only kind of vampire that can drain another vampire's energy. It's very cool.
The power grows stronger in him by the night.
Also, people who don't know who they are in life, people who also have all manner of personality disorders, they're going to come into your life and they're going to build their whole personality around you. So while we're here, you need to look out for people who like to copy and imitate. There's a difference in you and that one girly liking the same things, and now you're deciding, hey, you know, let's get the same here, let's get the same this. If this person is saying, hey, how do you do this? Show me how you do that. Oh, Lord, I used to experience that a lot, right? When I was also figuring myself out. And I used to be flattered by it, only for me to realize later, man, you never actually compliment me and say, hey, I like when you do that. No, you just tell me, show me how to do that. They didn't even ask. They would say, show me how you do that. No, that's not your person, please. Moisture, moisture, give it some moisture. It's gonna make it easier for you to blend. And if you ever run out of setting spray, honestly, if you have a really good toner, just put your toner in the spray bottle and you're outside. Ooh, the wind is picking up outside, which means it's probably going to rain soon. I'm gonna try and wrap this up. I'm also now in danger of running late for my dream divination class, which I for sure do not want to be. I'm actually really loving how this is turning out so far. It's looking really good. Well impressed. So please, my lovers and friends, if you are serious about forming meaningful relationships in this lifetime, I would strongly advise you to be intentional, right? I know that this world, this society looks at you weird when you're a loner. They're actually even mean to you when you are a loner, but I need you to stay strong. I need you to stand fast in your decision to remain an authentic human being so that you find the people that are meant for you. There's not going to be a whole lot of them. By the way, there are very few authentic, genuine people in this world. Very, very few. So you are also going to have to bide your time and wait for them to show up. Right? You can't rush the process. You can't want to control the process. You have to lean into it and be part of it. I'm gonna blend out this contour a little bit, but it's looking really lovely and really sharp. I'm actually well impressed. And if it's too dark, you even it out with your foundation, right? So I also want to do a small reverse contour here. Yes, this is reverse. When I have enough time, I will take you through what that entails and why we do it. for right now, honey, I gotta hustle and flow because I gotta go, okay? I want a dark-ish blush today. I'm gonna put that right on the cheekbone. I am a big fan of blush. I am not ashamed of my blush game. The more the merrier for me. Okay, that contour is now looking hella dark. So I'm going to add more foundation just to blend it out. If anyone works at MAC, if anyone actually truly loves me and wants to see me happier than I am, can I get some MAC foundation, please? I can't buy MAC foundation online, and I've been struggling to actually find my shade here in Trinidad. There's not a lot of like beauty stores like Ulta or Dischem or Clicks and things like that here. You really have to go and look for the things that you want to have. Okay, so let me blend out the reverse first. Going to add foundation here. This is what I meant by the Essence foundation dries so quickly and it's highly pigmented. I wonder if it was on sale because they knew they fucked up. I feel like that is the case. And then I'm gonna keep some just to balance things out a little bit later. I'm going to go in with another layer of concealer so we can blend out the blush as well. Just like this. Kosiam, I wonder if I'm gonna be able to show you how I set it and everything. It's already 2:45. Oh Allah, my class is starting now at 12 and I cannot be late for this one. Cannot be late for my girlies today. So I might have to show you a complete look later, but let me finish this off. Thank you for hanging out with me. I will definitely take just a quick clip as soon as I'm done to show you how it's looking, and next time I'll start a little bit earlier so that I can take you through the full process of how I achieved the look. Enjoy the rest of your solstice, enjoy the rest of your weekend, make sure you rest, make sure you take care of yourself, and I'll see you again soon. Emma Kosin. This is the final look. I'm well happy with it. So cute, so elegant. Oof. Oof. I would have loved more blush, but I will add it when I touch up later. You can never have too much blush, darling. Whoever told you that is a damn liar. I'm looking forward to us improving our makeup skills together, and I'll catch you in the next chat.